I just done some. When we're not live, we'll talk. I can help you out because I just helped another friend and one of well actually two friends out. I do a little editing, but not like traditional editing. I do other things, but we'll talk about it later. Let me know if you decide to put together a portfolio. I won't even charge you for the doings. I do. I do artists. That's my art. I do an art form, and I I have a friend who's a professional photographer. She makes she
That's
makes
cool.
fucking she makes fucking bank. Wherever so often she'll run into these people who say, well, hey, I want something different done, and
Oh,
I don't ever charge her, but most time I'll take the picture on as a challenge, and I'm like, well, yeah, what you got? And I say, okay, well, why did you bypass this project? And she goes, that's out of my league. I hand it over to you. This is more your stuff. I said, well, tell them I won't charge it. I'll do it just for the joy of being able to do it because it makes people happy, and I like to make people happy.
what, photo editing?
Yeah, like I said, to me, it's an art. It's an art form. I don't do traditional. Like I said, it's not traditional. I'll have to show you one day. But anyhow,
I
I've
got
done.
the stream up, by the way.
Oh, no, oh, okay. I think
Yeah,
that's him trying to say we need to talk about gaming and other bullshit right about now. Take two.
I'm not that strict.
What is that one doing?
Hey man, this ain't Amistad. You can't treat me like that.
Let me know when you got it pulled up, alright?
Oh, it's my YouTube. Your YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I forget. I have to look at the screen if possible. We're going to be doing a lesson here, I think, today. Subscription. There we are. Okay, it is pulled up, sir.
Ah, cool.
You are
Let's go
up as
into
you
it.
can get.
Oh,
He's further up. Let me make sure my sound's down so we won't have this echo effect. Cause there's like a lag time in this. I've noticed.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so I'm stuck going first. Normally, I like to go second with this deck, but this deck can do either or. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the effect of Nashton right here.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send the two trap cards to the graveyard. Now, if you notice, you'll notice that I rarely ever set a trap card, okay? Rarely ever
Uh,
do I do that at all. Now, usually, I would hope that I have another monster I could get to the field without normally summoning, but I don't. So I'm gonna head it and send Uga back to the field. And I'm gonna use this to add whatever card I want to the graveyard. I'm gonna go for the banishment. And now that that's in my graveyard, I could use Nashon's effect right here to use it. And I'm gonna bring... Really, I could bring... You want either... At this point, you'll want either this one right here or Eggshell. Now, the safe choice would be this one. But this is another option right here. And I am going to go with the Eggshell instead of the safe choice.
cast it to my TV.
And then I'm going to use Eggshell to send those to the graveyard and just draw two cards. And at that point, I will end my turn. Now, the key is to what's in my graveyard right here. Having these two spells, I could use these. Now, what these two traps do, actually, they're not spells, they're traps, is they select a card on the field. You negate that card's effect until the end of the turn, and you get life points according to that monster's attack. So I'm going to use those for defense if you try to activate an effect that I don't want him to use. Okay, he's going to attack. I'm just going to let him do that because it makes me no difference if he does that or not. Okay, draw. Ooh, and I actually got a Banishment of the Dark Lord, which is wonderful. I'm going to use that. At this point, I can really bring whatever to my hand. But what I am gonna do is, I'm actually just gonna bring me another eggshell to the hand. I'm gonna use this to send the trap to the graveyard and to draw 2 cards. Alright. So at this point, I'm gonna use this. Gonna use the banishment to bring a card to the hand. And what do I want in my hand? I'm gonna bring a Dark Lord Contact to the hand. Now I'm gonna use it. This is gonna allow me to summon a Dark Lord monster from my graveyard to the field. Gonna bring Eggshell. Gonna use Eggshell's effect to use the contact yet again. And I'm gonna bring this one. Really, I could bring Uka back too. That's like I am gonna bring Uka back. Use Uka back's effect to send whatever I want to the grave. I'm gonna send a banishment to the graveyard. Alright. So at this point, I'm gonna link some in. Now keep in mind that I haven't normal summoned a monster this turn just yet. So since I haven't normal summoned, I'm gonna go for the Dark Lord Morningstar. So I'm gonna use the effect of this monster. Get rid of the trap card. And I am gonna bring Dark Lord Morningstar to the hand. And now I could use that to summon him. Gonna get rid of this. I don't want to get rid of Eggshell. Don't want to get rid of that either. I get rid of Eggshell. There we go. And due to that person having a effect monster on the field, I could bring one Dark Lord I want from the graveyard to my hand. I'm gonna bring this right here. Awesome. Use the effect of this. Use banishment. Bring yet another card I want to my hand. What do I want in my hand? I'll bring this for now. Then I'm gonna use the effect of this. Now you could summon this, but I don't want to because I already have more than enough out on the field. And I don't want to throw this card away. I want to keep this card in my hand at this point. Because if anything bad happens, this card is going to save my monsters. So I'm going to go ahead and use the effect of that. And now I'm going to attack. See, that just saved my monster from being destroyed right there. the reason I kept it in my hand. Let's end my turn. Before I end my turn, due to the fact that I have all these traps in my graveyard, this is what you want. Now I can use these traps on my opponent's turn by using the effect of these two monsters right here to mess with my opponent on his turn. Do I have another one of those in my graveyard? Nope, I do not. Nice. So really the game is won at this point right here. But I can always do some more. I did not mean to use that. But why not? Gonna use that. What am I bringing to my hand? At this point, what I want to bring to my hand is just Discord. I'm looking in just to play safe at this point. Alright, at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and win. Alright, Pirate, you there?
Yeah, I've been watching.
So do you have some better idea how this deck kind of runs?
Yeah, one of the things I say I need to work on is understanding the cards themselves. That's some of where I'm lacking at. A lot of where I'm lacking at. I need to spend more time on reading the cards and understanding them.
Yeah, I definitely.
Because I see kind of like where I'm messing up at, and I need to spend time not just watching battles, but see. I notice every time you make a move, you've been playing this deck for a while, so you automatically know what they do.
Well, yes, my second favorite archetype in the game.
And that's where I'm kind of lacking skill at. because I
Yeah.
see where you're able. I see where you get rid of the cards and say, okay, I can put these two cards out because I know that I've got this card. This is going to help bring these back for later on. Really,
Mm-hmm.
all you're doing is basically sending cards away just so you can pick up and bring them back again later on and then use them. But I do have a question for you. I noticed that you have a lot of offensive moves. You don't use much defense, do you?
You can play defensively, but that's just not my preferred play style.
I mean, do you ever run across? What if you ever run across a deck to where you know that can? I mean, that you have to play a defense on, not knowing what they're playing.
Then you'll do that.
Okay, so you are able to shift your play style on the go. Then you're not just an aggressive player.
Right. But I will always choose aggression over defense. Like I would never like for example, a deck that I like but I don't play very often is the Subterra, which is like a very defensive play style overall. And I would never
Mm-hmm.
choose that over some aggressive plays.
Right. So if I'm playing this Dark Lord set or I'm playing another set, basically what I need to do is when I get the cards, I need to learn the cards themselves, not just the game, the battle plan. Cards themselves. That's where I'm lacking a lot at. I can see that right now. It would make me a little bit better player if I get to where I understand the cards. And that's what I have a little bit of an issue with is trying to, get it straight in my head because the way they don't exactly detail exactly what the card's going to do. They just give you kind of a general outline and then, you pretty much go from there.
Right. Hold on, you said they don't give you exact detail what the cards do?
In other words, let's say you have an idiot that comes up and plays, like me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you, sometimes they're a little technical. If you ain't playing no longer than I've been playing, yeah, the cards can kind of throw you because it's like I don't quite understand what this card's supposed to do. What it means, how it can help me. In other words, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
In other words, if you're not understanding what each card is actually telling you, even though it's telling you in plain English what it can do, and again, I throw a little bit off on my age a little bit because, I've never played this type of cards. Yeah, I played cards, not this type of cards. This is a little bit beyond me to some degree. It is a little tasking, but I'm willing to learn it. It'll help my brain anyway. At my stage in life, it needs all the help it can get.
Understood.
I never was the nerd type guy. I had to work on being a bit of a nerd. It don't come to me naturally. Give me a regular deck of cards and a poker table, and I can hang in there with the best.
I believe you.
But this is not poker, but it has some of the same. It has strategy to it, and that's why I like the strategy part. And that's the part I got to work on.
Yes. It's really about all knowing what your cards
Yeah,
do and learning how to link all these effects together, because that's all I'm doing is linking effects at this point to get what I want.
my brain, along with I have some other issues there besides aging, but my brain don't quite catch on like it used to in a lot of things. So it'll help my brain out.
Now, what I could do is help you build a deck that is much more simpler than this. That
We
probably
can
might
try
help
this
you
before.
out.
Well, we'll try this one for a little while. I mean, it's not either or. I'm not incapable of learning. It's just going to take me a little bit longer than most
Yeah.
people to figure it out. I'm
And
not
this
saying
deck
I
is
can't.
very forgiving. Like, even if you make like a wrong play, it's not too hard to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Because I noticed when I was playing with Lulu, you know, I got my ass handed to me. Of course, that's going to happen when you just start out. It just takes time.
Hmm.
You know,
And
you
I
don't.
can show you the Sub-Terrace, which is a more defensive play style.
Whichever one you like to do, man. You're playing. I'm watching and learning. Do you, brother? Do you? I'm enjoying watching you.
And usually people wouldn't run it as a pure archetype the way I'm doing, but that's just the way I like to play the Sub-Terrace.
Hmm.
People would mix it with something, make it way better than what it is as a standalone. But I enjoy it as a standalone.
Right. Oh, look at all the stuff you have.
Well, I'm in solo mode. In solo mode, the boards change. This is
So as
actually a
I
really bad hand right here.
so as I progress and venture out in other cards and stuff like that, do they basically are they basically in some shape, form, or fashion about the same, but just different? I don't know. I mean, how do you explain working each different deck? I mean, is it possible to learn each different deck?
There is a learning curve to every deck.
Yeah. That's a pretty board. Now, some players, I guess it depends on their type of playing. I mean, can you take a? I take it that really and truly you can win a game with any deck. It just depends on how you're playing and what you're playing up against, how you would use your strategy. I mean, is there such a thing as a player only playing one type of deck of cards? What do you call it again?
Like what? One archetype?
Oh yeah, like yeah, archetype. Thank you, archetype. Yeah, can you are there players that say, okay, look, I'm good with this deck. I know this deck, and that's pretty much all they run.
Yeah, there are players that just run thing. And that one thing might be really hard to flat out beat.
Because I know that deck so well, I guess.
Yeah. Now there are like just like any other game like this, there are just decks that are better than others.
Mm. But now that's up to the player's style. I will
Not
take it.
necessarily,
Just better.
just better. Let me see what can I do to try to get this. See, this right here is more of a defensive play style of deck
Hmm.
than what I'm doing. Hmm. 16. That's what that card had. My girlfriend's calling, but I'm not gonna pick up till after I finish this. And this is me not playing against a real person. This is the computer right
Mm-hmm.
here. This is solo mode. That's a tough definitely. Ooh, that's gonna be a problem if I don't get rid of that. Hmm.
It says I have this Bomb King skin, but I don't.
I'm sorry.
What?
What'd you say?
I said it says I have this Bomb King skin, but I don't. It's
Mm.
lying to me.
What are you playing?
Paladins.
Paladins.
You ever play Paladins?
Yeah, it's not nice. Not the
Yeah, it's not
best.
good.
I kind of run in my own. I kind of have my own games. I rotate. I have a big addiction toward ESO, so I have to watch myself on it a lot. I'm just now trying to wean myself off a little bit.
Hmm.
Excuse me, I'm congested. This weather change.
Yeah.
Yeah, ESO, man. It, I lose days playing it. I lose track of time. There
That's
for a
not what I'm
while, for
familiar with.
5 or 6 months, I've done nothing but play only ESO, and I'm just now like, no, this is taking me over. So yeah.
I usually play. There's usually one game that I play, and I just. Uh. That's just my game. I play the shit out of one game at a time. Like for a long time it was Minecraft, and then I played Fortnite for a bit. Now I'm on Paladins. Have been for like 5 years. It's
Ooh, this is
ridiculous.
actually gonna pose a
I
huge
play
problem for
Fortnite.
me.
I enjoy playing it. I got some friends that play Fortnite with. I get shit sometimes for playing, but I enjoy playing it.
Whoa, I
Yeah.
don't know what to do about this.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Have you
Mm,
played it
I've
lately? They took away the building, for a little
Yeah,
while.
I heard. I saw it on the front page of the PlayStation Store because that's where it always is.
Mm-hmm. There have been some bitching.
Yeah. So it's just not in the
I
game at all. It's not
actually,
even like a game mode. It's just there's no building in the game anymore whatsoever.
Well, as far as the battle royal goes, no, there's none.
There's other game modes
Yeah,
other than.
you go to creative,
mm,
there's tons of games you can play in creative. God, man, some are pretty fun.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Uh,
they added creative mode.
I have uh, I have children that ranges from 27 down to 9.
Damn.
Yeah, I've got 4 kids, so yeah, I've got
That
and
is quite the age gap. You said 29.
27. I have 20. What the oldest is 27, 25, 20, and 9. That's my
I
that's
think I
how
actually
I
might lose this due to
I
this
used.
point right here in the middle.
Oh, you think?
Oh yeah, I
I used to
might.
travel
I
for a
can't think
living.
of a way to stop it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's why there was such a big gap. And then I wanted one more because I love children.
Uh,
Hmm.
And I was able to find somebody that was willing to stand still long enough. And when she stood still, I got her
oh, I.
pregnant. I love kids. I love kids, man. So yeah, that's me.
You telling me your wife isn't a Virgin Mary? Disappointed.
I got bad news for you, man. Any of the women I with or not, I don't do
Yeah, I
virgins,
lost this
brother.
one.
I do hoes, and yeah, I do hoes. I do. I don't.
Oh, you telling me they don't wait till marriage? You telling me they don't wait till marriage? It's messed up.
Oh, I hate that I lost to that.
No, I
But yeah,
prefer
there
the
was some more
few
defensive plays
times.
there, not very aggressive.
I just don't do. I don't do virgins. I'm not teaching nobody how to have sex with me. They need
All
to come
right.
like a. They're like a used car. They need to come pre-owned.
Oh, they removed
Sounds
the
so
dumb fucking
horrible.
Christian from this
All
map.
right, I'm stopping the stream right here.
Yeah, you better call your woman back for you.
Oh, she loved me a long time. I don't have to worry about such things.